Hi, I'm Vilmar Ibu. So for this video, I will be answering questions about my topic, community of practice. So before anything else, I'd like first to define community and practice. So community is a unified body of individuals, the people living in a particular place who shared common interest. And practice is something that you are doing regularly or performing regularly to enhance it, or yeah, it's simply you're practicing. So now, what is community of practice? Communities of practice are a group of people who share a concern and or a passion for something that they do and learn how to do it better as they interact regularly. So meaning to say that there were interactions in that particular community where you can learn or you can equip knowledge from the other people who surrounded you, from the people who surrounded you. So according to Brown and Digad, they describe a community of practice developed around the Xerox customer service representatives who repaired the machine in the field. So the Xerox representative began exchanging tips and tricks over informal meetings like breakfast or lunch, and eventually, the Xerox saw the value of that interactions and created the Eureka project to allow that interaction to be shared across the global network of representatives. So it is very clear that when you interact with people in that certain community, you can gain knowledge from each other. It means you're exchanging ideas, your thoughts, opinions, and perspective, no? And if you are doing the same job as that person do, and then you are trying to give your own kanang tricks to that person, others who observe can gain. So for example, in classroom or in school, because school is considered as a community of practice, because there were presence of individual or unified individuals present in that particular place or area. So there were teachers and learners. So the teachers has different kanang strategic skills that they can use in teaching students. So they can also exchange ideas or share ideas from each other the way they do in their classroom, which might be applicable to other students also by with other instructors or learners. So that is community of practice. Anyways, there are many kanang place that can be considered as community of practice as long as there were presence of individuals living in that particular place where they can share common interests. Like for example, workplace and government, like mga ingon ana, and we can actually learn and enhance many things where we can practice ourselves. Next question is discuss areas that are to be considered in community of practice. So the areas that are to be considered in community of practice are the domain, the community, and of course the practice. So the member of a community has to share the domain of interest, their competence, and their commitment that will distinguish them from others. And of course, those shared domain will creates common ground which will inspire members to participate as well and to guide their learning. And of course, to give meaning to their actions. Next is community. So the members of the community must pursue that interest through joining activities, discussions, problem-solving opportunities, information sharing, and relationship building as well. So the notion of a community will create the social fabric for enabling them to collect learning. And of course, a strong community will foster interactions, and it will encourage a willingness to share their ideas, their beliefs, their perspective. So they can also share their tricks and others. So the last one is practice. So community members are actual practitioners in this domain of interest, and they build to shared repertoire of resources and ideas that they take back to their practice. While the domain provides the general area of interest of the community, so the practice will also be the specific focus around which the community develops, and those shares and maintains is the core of the community, which will help you to develop, because you also is a focus of your own kanang goal. Your goal or your interest is very common from others as well, and you have to share those what you have to others.